Alright, it's time to continue looking at how to draw noses. We finished up with this basic theory here on noses. Let's go ahead and take it even further now. Let me go ahead and just quickly size these down so we have them here for reference. What I want to do now is I want to show you another kind of way that helps me recognize noses, because not only do you need to be paying attention to the individual parts, you got to be paying attention to where they're placed and what angle they're at. So now we're going to start looking at the side of the nose, and we're going to do that by just drawing out a basic triangle here. Once again, the 3D idea of the face, like we've mentioned in previous tutorials, is very, very important. And what we can do to really start looking at this is to consider looking at the person's face from the side and consider their nose as a triangle. What's wrong with it? First thing you might notice is that, once again, you're going to have this nose come down here, and I'm going to use my nose as a basic premise. And we can draw this, but then the instant that you get to this point, there might be something wrong. The nose may start going underneath the line and coming back up. Well, that's something that you need to remember. The nose may come down here like this and go here to the lip. And when that happens, well, that means that you can probably see into that nostril, which is why you might want to draw a nostril something like this, that's open, like here on this side. It depends on what that angle is. And then here's where the laugh line would come in and the smile would work up here and such. Now, if you consider that, that means that we got a couple different kinds of noses, don't we? So let's look at another one here. Let's draw that triangle out again and look at the idea again. Well, maybe you got someone like Rodney Dangerfield. Look him up. He has a nose that looks like it does something kind of like this. It goes beyond the line, comes down below, the nostril comes back up, angled back up again, and then the nostril continues up and over here, kind of like this. You know, that kind of a form there. And the nose goes up before it then turns down and goes to the lip. It's a whole different form. And it looks like this nose now is kind of going upwards like this, and this one looks like it's kind of going downwards like that, doesn't it? Well, let's do one more here, since we're still doing pretty good on time. This one we're going to look at the idea of just a really simple button nose, like a little kid. Maybe the kid has a big forehead, kind of like this, and then the nose sits down here. Since the kid's face is so well compressed together, it may come right to here, kind of like this, and then you get this little tiny button nose kind of a thing right here. Maybe it's even smaller than that. Maybe it's just cute little form. You'd be surprised. We're going to talk more about faces in the future, and we're going to see about how a child's face is all constricted in comparison to an adult's face, which is much more open and adulty, and that'll make a lot more sense when we get to that point in time. Adulty, that sounded pretty good. So there we go. You can see that there we can do this cute little button nose. Each person has a different type of face, so you got to look at it not only from the front, but from the side as well. And the thing is, you'll start learning how to do that in a 3D form. You'll start learning how to do that in a form that doesn't require you to say, okay, turn your head 90 degrees, let me look at you here. You're going to be able to start seeing that in a different form. And in our next video that we do, we're going to look at it in a 3D aspect, much more like this design here. Looking at it from a 3D or 3/4 point of view, it is very helpful. Once you start figuring it out from the front and from the side, your brain will start to click into place, and next thing you know, you'll be able to draw a very simplified nose in a 3D angle. You know, it's actually easier to draw a nose in 3/4 than it is to draw it from the front or from the side. No joke. You wait and see. You'll get the hang of it in a little bit of time as we keep working on this together, and you're going to improve quite a bit. Well, that's going to do it for this tutorial. Nice and quick, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Go take a look and see what kind of stuff you can do now with this new knowledge. Go and take a look at your family's noses. See if you can figure out how to draw them. And use slants, just like we do with eyes, to see if you can figure out what slant that nose is at. It's really going to help you learn how to do not only realism, but how to get that likeness. Likeness is super key when you want to get a really good looking caricature. My name is Tim Lee Michael. This is another Draw Too Much sketch lesson. We'll have more for you next week. See you later.